Hello everybody. So today we're not looking at any Battle Beast cards, but we're taking a look at some Magic the Gathering cards that I ordered, I think, on Monday. And right now it's Friday, so yeah, took around a week to arrive. So, um, just went up and taped up all the information so you don't see my name and my address. So there are 8 cards in here. And by the way, this is the store I bought these from. They're a Finnish company, but I have no idea if they ship to other countries. I think they might ship inside Europe, at least to Estonia, I think, but no idea about other countries. So there should be 8 cards in here. Some nice dragons and stuff because I play a dragon-based deck. Can't be this hard to open up one envelope, right? So, I think the whole thing is open now. And we can actually take a look at the cards. So, some packaging still in the way. There we go. So they usually send some Pokemon energy cards as well, because they also sell Pokemon singles. So we have that, and another energy right here. Actually quite a few. Okay, so this is the main card that I bought. So it's Dragon Tyrant from Scourge. So it's 8 generic, 2 red for a 6/6 dragon with flying and trample and double strike. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you sacrifice Dragon Tyrant unless you pay 4 red. And for 1 red, it gets +1 until end of turn. So, at least in terms of modern game, this is pretty weak, at least I think. Is a really cool card. It's always nice to have some like old cards in your collection because the artwork is just so nice. Let me see if it could focus a little bit. And also I really love the look of the old card borders, so really cool. But nonetheless, I think I'm gonna put this into my red and black dragon deck, cause look at that thing. And you know, double strike for 6/6 flying is always a welcome addition, I guess. Next we have another cool red card from Scourge. So we have Torrent of Fire. So 3 generic, 2 red for a sorcery. So it deals damage equal to the highest converted mana cost among permanents you control to target creature or player. So basically if you pair it up with the Dragon Tyrant, you'll be able to deal just a ton of damage. Also the artwork is once again just really cool. This big ass dragon breathing some fire. Yeah. Also there is a ton of other cool targets for it, so pretty nice. Next we have Green Dragon from adventures in the Forgotten Realms. So a fun little thing is that my friend has the white dragon, my other friend has the blue dragon, and I already have the red and black dragons. So now we have all the 5 dragons basically. So I get to be the Seto Kaiba of our playgroup because I have 3 dragons, I guess. And I also bought all of them. I didn't pull any of them from packs, whereas my friends pulled their dragons from their packs. So it's a little bit of cheating, but whatever. So it has flying, and when it enters the battlefield until end of turn, when a creature an opponent controls is dealt damage, you just straight up destroy it. So a really cool ability. Next we have something a little newer. So we have the Breaching Dragonstorm from the new Dragons of Tarkir Dragonstorm set. So it's an enchantment. When it enters, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast it without paying its mana cost, if that spell's mana value is 8 or less. If you don't, put that card into your hand. So basically the point of this card is to get a ton of dragons on the field, because most of the dragons are mana value of 8 or less. Also, this card is red, and most dragons are red, so a nice addition. And also, when a dragon you control enters, you return this enchantment to its owner's hand, so as long as you keep pulling dragons with the ability, it's just really good. Next we have Dragonstorm Globe, so 3 generic for an artifact. So each dragon you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter, and it adds 1 mana of any color. So very handy, some extra mana, and it boosts up your dragons. So a welcome addition. Next up, this is more for the collection, I guess. So we have Hogak, Arise and Necropolis. So pretty much for the past year, I've been checking out the site if they had this card in stock, but I think they never had it, or it was expensive or something, but anyway. So now they had a few copies in stock, so I just decided to get one Hogak for myself. Of course, this could work in my decks, because you can't spend mana to cast a spell. And my deck is mostly black, so I can exile black creatures from my grave to pay for it. And yeah, overall it's just a really cool card. Also has some history because I think it broke the meta back when it came out, so that's kind of cool. Next we have something pretty special, so we have Killmoth Dragon. So 5 generic, 2 red, and it has Amplify 3, so when it enters the battlefield, you put 3 +1/+1 counters on it for each dragon you reveal in your hand. So as long as you have at least 2 dragons in your hand, it's already over 10 attack and toughness. So a really cool ability. And you can tap it to deal damage equal to a number of +1/+1 counters on it to target creature or player. So you can just deal a ton of damage with it. And also Dragonstorm Globe, if you cast Killmoth Dragon while the globe is on the field, it deals an additional 1 damage, so really nice. And the last card actually works pretty well with Killmoth Dragon. So we have Abosh, the Prey Piercer. No idea how to pronounce that, but whatever. So 5 mana. It has the companion effect, but I probably won't use it because I have a ton of important cards that have an even mana value. So probably I will just play it as a basic card in my deck. So it has the ability, if a source you control with an odd mana value would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to that player or permanent instead. So basically, if you use it in tandem with the Kinmont Dragon, it doubles all damage because it has an odd mana value. So basically, if you reveal 2 dragons in your hand, it's gonna have 6 +1/+1 counters. And when you pair it up with a Barge, it's gonna deal 12 damage. So it's just crazy. Also, the artwork is some like special illustration, rare or whatever, full art card. So that's really cool because I don't have too many of these in my collection, so really nice. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. So thanks for watching. Press like if you liked, subscribe to the channel if you're interested in my content. I mainly do TCG videos, but you never know, I might do something a little different at times. And yeah, see you in the next videos. Goodbye.